Streaming some Mountain Friends and talking about baseball. Well, this time we're actually going to stream it. We're live.
Alright. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the DigiClass Plays Games Terribly. I am your hostess, Sherry's Joy. I am not alone. I have my super awesome, wonderful co-host, Mr. DJ Alzheimer.
Hello, I'm here playing games and such.
Yep. I say co-host like that because what are I okay? Oh, I'm a super awesome, wonderful guest. Nope, you're not a guest. You're a co-host. Anyway, we are here once again playing Rioting Our Friends, which is a quirky game, I guess. A strategy game, I guess. On exactly what it says. Minding your friends. And we're going to be talking. So, first of all, I would just like to explain a couple of things. If you are a continued supporter of the DigiCast and Awesome Rob and Sherry's Joy, we truly appreciate you. Thank you for all of your support and your feedback and everything that you give us. We really appreciate it. As you know, you can find us on Twitter. Me, not so much, but I am there. I am at Sherry's Joy, and you are?
At AwesomeRob029.
Yes. You can find the DigiCast on Twitter. Together we make the DigiCast 2013. I am on Google+. I am Sherry Davis on Google+. You are?
Giving out government names.
The DigiCast 2013 on Google+. Best way to find us is our website, thedigicast.blogspot.com. I can give government out because they ain't nobody listening anyway.
No, they listen on YouTube. People listen to us.
On YouTube, they watch us and listen to us. They're all about that YouTube life, I guess.
Well, I mean,
so,
you know, we are trying to boost our viewership.
Yeah, you know. As long as we ain't trying to make money off of it, this is not what we're about. We're all about having fun.
Making money off of it is always the goal.
That's not the goal.
Okay, it's not the goal, but it's like, you know.
No, it's not even an added bonus. It's like
just put it into more content.
A waste of time. Alright, so we are in it to win it with this Mighty Friends. We're going to talk about some baseball.
Baseball.
Put me in, coach. Catcher in the rye and all that. Can you pick something? So, Saturday, April 25th, 2015. A day, another... Yeah. A day to go down in the history books of Baltimore City. So, this is me. I'm player 2. My bad. What are we doing? Alright, so it was... I am heavy into baseball. Like, I am a serious baseball person. I am the person who yells at the TV and everything during baseball games. I take baseball very seriously. So, we went to a Orioles Red Sox game on Friday with a salt suit and his awesome wife. And we had quite the experience, didn't we, Rob?
It was fine. It was... Killing me over here.
It was fine. It was fine. Everybody was okay. So, we got down there. And the city was like half shut down at the point. At that point, it was halfway shut down. There was the protest earlier in that day.
Right, the Freddie Gray protest. We're in Baltimore City, where that whole thing is going down.
Right. And, you know, apparently there was peaceful protests that morning and all week. We get down there and some rowdiness, I guess, was starting to happen. People were being ignorant and rioters were being rioting, and it just had gotten kind of out of control. When we got down there, the police were already in riot gear. We don't really know exactly, you know, what happened before we got there and how it went from peaceful protests to bad. I have heard things, you know, that people are blaming baseball fans. I have heard things that people blaming white supremacist groups. I've heard things where it was just people being ignorant. I mean, it's all ignorant, but I'm saying, like, you know, people being ignorant on purpose. I don't know how it started. Apparently, while we were there, while we were walking to the stadium, it wasn't that bad. It had gotten worse while we were in the stadium.
Yeah, so we're just watching the baseball game. Probably nothing going on until, like, the last inning.
No, it was the 7th inning. The mayor made an announcement saying everybody at the stadium was required, it was asked of them to stay in the stadium. They couldn't make us stay, but it was advised that we stay in the stadium, which we were staying in the stadium anyway because the game went in overtime. Right. And it was the 7th inning. And it just so happens, like, during the 10th inning, we were okay to go. We got the okay from the mayor to, we could go ahead and leave. But let's talk about the game real quick. So we're walking to the stadium, and I'm super amped and so excited. Like, I am so ecstatic. We get into Camden Yards, and I'm in awe at, like, everything. There's, like, posters of, like, Cal Ripken. There's all kind, or excuse me, Cal Ripken Jr. There's, like, all kinds of, like, awesomeness going on. Fans everywhere. People selling, you know, beer and programs and Cracker Jacks and everything awesome that is involved with baseball.
I don't know if there was any Cracker Jacks, but okay.
Well, you know, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. So I am just, like, excited about everything that I see. And we finally get to our section, and we walk through that wall, well, not the wall, but we walk through the opening to get into the stadium, and I am starstruck. I see the team out there. They're, like, practicing. They're, like, you know, throwing pitches and just throwing the ball around. And I look in the center field, and oh my God, it's number 10, Adam Jones. I almost lost my shit at that point. I was so happy. I was so excited to see all of them. It was awesome. And we got there, and I had been practicing the Star Spangled Banner O's thing, like, all week. And I finally got to do it, and it was really exciting, and I was just so excited to be there. I couldn't even believe it. I was, like, so happy. But you know what? It's not hard to please me. Like, when we take the girls to places like the movies and stuff, I'm so excited. Like, we went to Hershey Park, and I was, like, way more excited than they were. We go places, and I'm always, like, so amped and pumped. And they're just like, okay, whatever, we're just going somewhere. And I'm like, oh my God, how can you just sit there so still? This is crazy. So,
this game is hard.
It is hard. And you wanted to talk while we play it, so that's fine.
I don't know. It gives people something to look at while we're talking about
stuff. We're at the game.
And we're streaming it live on twitch.tv.
Right, so I'm excited because I'm at the game finally. And there's, like, in front of us, there's these older people, and they're Boston fans. And it's hilarious because me, I am your woohoo girl. Yeah, I am the woohoo girl. So I am the girl who's out, you know, having a good time, being social and drinking, and everything is woo! And I'm out there screaming woo! And everything. And every time I did that, the couple in front of us would, like, cover up their ears. I was like, well, you know, we're outside. We're at a baseball game, you know, people are gonna yell. So I was that person. I might have been getting on their nerves, but I was yelling just like I'd be yelling at the TV if we were at home. I was, like, actually yelling in real life. It was awesome. I was yelling stuff to the players as if they could really hear me, and I just had so much fun. It was a blast. At the end of the game, like, when we won at, like, the last, you know, inning or whatever, it was crazy. I think we had 2 outs, and Lowe, I had never, right. I don't know Lowe. We don't know who Lowe is, but he came out of nowhere. Man, we had 2 people on base. He came out of nowhere. His very first hit, you know, his very first swing, he hit a home friggin' run. It was real, unbelievable. And all the fans went wild. We were all giving each other like high five. I didn't know people. I was giving them high five in the front of us. This was after we after the stadium turned empty because it was raining at this point and people were scared. They wanted to go home. So the stadium was like half empty. So we had moved up thanks to Assault Suit's wife. She's awesome. We had moved up all the way to the first row. So we were like right there on the field.
Yeah, we were right next to the line. I guess the line.
The foul line. Yeah, we were next to the line girl. The foul line girl. So anyway, we were like right there, and we won, and everybody was giving everybody high five in front of us. We were all like, yeah, giving each other high five. I turned around to give somebody high five. Ain't nobody behind us. So I turned to the side to give the same people high five again. Man, it was just like one of those awesome moments. And it was a really good game. It was very close. It was awesome. It was good. And I had a lot of fun. It was so worth it. It was so worth it. I hadn't been to a baseball game in a while. Like the last game I had been to was my only game I had ever been to. My dad took us to see the Sox play the Cleveland Indians when Kenny Lofton Jr. was playing. And that was, I think, like 1992. So it was great. It was so great. Rob, what was your perspective on it? Since mine was great, what was yours?
It was good. It rained. I mean, that was the only.
It didn't even rain that hard.
It didn't rain that hard. It was weird because it was raining on like one side of the stadium for the longest time.
Right, and you couldn't even tell unless you looked up at the sky. It looked like snow. We were like, is it snowing or is it raining?
Yeah, they were showing the replays, and you know, some guy goes to catch the ball on the other side of the field. Like we're on the first base line, and the bottom. I guess the bottom.
We weren't. We were more like in right field.
Yeah,
we were kind of like between right field and first base.
Yeah, we were closer to the foul line fence than anything. But yeah. So when they hit balls to the third base line, we look on the replay, and you know, was it raining over there?
Right.
And then 10 minutes later, it comes raining on us.
Right.
Yeah, so, you know, Assault Suit was like, oh man, I should have brought my glove. I was like, yeah, I wanted to sit down here so we could catch a foul ball.
Cold. It was cold out, too.
Yeah, it was cold and
it was
rainy.
So cold. It was gross out.
I had my light jacket on. I messed up.
I had, okay, so I did not know that the people, like the vendors or whatever, they come, you know, when you go to like the circus or something like that, they walk around with the cotton candy, popcorn, peanuts, whatever. So they were walking around with beer. Got cold beer here, got your cold beer. And it was awesome because they were bringing it to you. So I didn't know that you had to like tip the guy.
Yeah.
And the guy went through like a lot. So I wanted a natty ball. He didn't have any more natty balls. So he like flagged down his partner that was like 2 sections over, asking him for natty bows. And he got some and he gave them to me. And I didn't tip him because I didn't know that I was supposed to tip him. So he came around again and I flagged him down. He totally ignored me. Kept walking past. I don't think it was on purpose. I think he just didn't, I didn't get his attention good enough. But then he came back and I gave him a tip, so it was great. I tipped him, so I felt better about that. But it was like, I don't know, it was like such an experience. It was so awesome. Like I totally can't even wait to go again. However, I am thinking with everything that's going on, we should probably wait until summertime. Like maybe the middle of the summer. Yeah, that'd be good. Go to a night game in the summertime. It won't be so hot. It might be a little muggy though.
Yeah, and that'll be light for a while.
Well, no, not just that, but it'll be like muggy. Because it's not going to be that hot. It's going to be like cool but hot, so it's going to be muggy.
Yeah, it's going to be
in the middle of summer. Like 8 o'clock at night in the middle of July is going to be muggy. But that's fine, you know, whatever. So we're in the stadium and like we're getting text messages from like Rob's family and stuff because they're city officials, some of them, and they're like telling us, well, me anyway, it was like texting me the whole game pretty much, telling me, you know, 2 people that are city officials telling me the whole time about what's going on outside the stadium. And I look up and I see all these helicopters and I'm looking at my phone like of what's going on outside the stadium, and I'm like, there's like a war going on outside right now, and it's pretty bad. So,
good luck on playing air guitar.
Right, airplane, air guitar, I'm swinging low, swing chariot. So it was pretty bad outside the stadium, you know, with the rioting and everything, and so that's why they had us stay in. So apparently, you know, fans, baseball fans, we don't know what side, were getting attacked. A lady got, you know, a guy went into the passenger side of her Suburban and kind of like ransacked her car, pushed her out the car. You know, the higher end pubs and restaurants right in like the stadium gates were getting attacked. People were throwing like the trash cans that are, you know, like the city cans, like the, what are they called, like the wrought iron trash cans or whatever.
In the stadium or outside the stadium?
Outside the stadium. It was like they're on the stadium street.
So this is like, I work, I'll put the government name, I'll put the job out there. I work at University of Maryland, the one that's right next to the stadium. So, what, 2 days before that, I went to lunch at the places that are right next to the stadium.
That got attacked.
Yeah, and their stuff is just out. It's like an open air bar almost.
Right.
Because you go in there.
But there's plenty of them in the city, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The bar is shallow, but you got all this sidewalk space that you can be in.
Right.
So it's set up like that. Everybody goes to the game, gets drunk, and goes in, or goes
and
to the game and comes out and gets drunk.
They're like wrought iron seating. So, you know, like your porch wear, like the black wrought iron type look, that type stuff. So they were like picking those things up and throwing them through the restaurant and bar windows. I mean, people had their kids out there. Think about all the kids who go to baseball games. Like, I know it's not, you know, ideal to keep your child out until like 10 and 11, but one, it was a Saturday, and it's baseball. It's like all American.
Right.
And so kids were out there, and kids were in like these restaurants and stuff. Women and children were running to the back, and it was just crazy.
Yeah, like school's not out yet, but it's almost summer. It's baseball season. Kids are gonna be out at the game, especially like you said, it's a Saturday night, and they had the protests in the early part of the day. We drove down there. There's police everywhere. You know, we do the baseball thing. Everything's gonna be good, no problems. But then, you know, like we're kind of just nobody's watching the news. Everybody's watching the game. You know?
Right. Well, yeah, everybody that was there.
Yeah. So we have no idea.
We have like no clue what's going on except for the updates that we were getting, you know, from our family members who are city officials. And so okay, so the game's over. We leave, right? And the street, like the street that we parked up is where the riot started going up that way. Because like one of the worst areas of Baltimore City is Lexington Market. So, you know, there's just a lot going on at Lexington Market. Okay,
it's like a market where
every
you can
day
get everything you want plus stuff.
Right, I guess maybe in California they call it a swap meet, maybe?
No, it's a market.
It's a market. Well, that's not a swap meet. That's not considered a swap meet.
No, it's just like a ongoing flea market, basically.
Yeah, okay, there you go. But you can buy like produce, like grocery and stuff. Like I went there one time. I had my Lexington Market experience, and I will never go again.
The goat's that way.
I know. And so, anyway, so the crime out there is high anyways, on an ordinary day. So our car, well not our car, but Assault Suit's car, we parked in a garage that was open for the game. Between it, right.
Stadium
so like exactly. So not quite to Lexington Market, but halfway past the stadium. So anyway, so we go out, and the helicopters are still out, and they're like swarming the area, but they're like lighting up the street that we have to walk up, because that's where, at the time where the highest crime was going on. So the helicopter's like lighting up the street, and I'm talking to like our family. I'm like, well, we're walking this way, we're going here, we're almost there.
Wait, go on.
You. obviously, I couldn't get up the goat. So we're like, I'm giving status update and we're walking, and I happen to notice there's like two for every corner, every street corner on every side of the street. There's two police officers in riot gear. And, and they were nice. Like, we were talking to them. We were like, hey, how you doing? They were like, hey, guys, good night. Have a good night. Be safe, blah, blah, blah. And then we go to, like, did we walk past this hotel? Like, I don't know. It was like the Marriott or some prestigious place. And the lobby was just, like, swarming with, like, cops. And, like, the regular cops. Like, the cops in blue. And they had, like, their raincoats, their long raincoats or whatever, the long yellow raincoats and stuff because it was raining. So we were like, that lobby of the hotel is like swarming with them. And I mean, but at the point when shit is real, because we were in the stadium, so you can't hear everything, you can't hear anything that's going on outside. Apparently cop cars were on fire. The light rail station, which is right across from the stadium, people were getting attacked there. Cars were being jumped on and and like attacked, and people kicking them in and stuff like that right outside the stadium. You can't hear that inside the stadium. All we hear is like the awesomeness that's going on inside the stadium, with the occasional, every now and then we can hear like the helicopter that are swarming. Sometimes they got a little bit lower. We were like, oh my god, we can see like what number the helicopter is.
Well, that was a shock trauma helicopter, which
because there was the hospital. Yeah. It could be unrelated, it could be related, but the hospital is like right there, so yeah. But at that point I was like, oh my god. But then I think that is when you said that was the shock trauma for the hospital. Yeah, that's the one where we could see like the number, but everything else was like high. There were 2, 3 at some point, and they had their beams on and, lighting everything up. So you could hear, like, the faint noise of that, behind everything in the stadium that was going on. But it was like, once you left the stadium, right, when the game was over, once you left the stadium, it was quiet, it was smoky, it was, the pathway to that bad street was lit by the helicopter, and the shit got real for me when I saw riot gear SWAT teams, cops on every corner, 2 on every corner. That's when I was like, oh my god, what is going on? So I was hightailing it to the car. And at one point I was like ahead of the group. I had this, Rob here told me I needed to slow down because I was walking too fast.
You know what you gotta do?
Nope. I was walking too far ahead.
All the way to the right. I made it 320 feet.
So, that was kind of creepy. We finally get to the car, and we go to, our escape route to get back north, back into the county, and what's happening? Every single path that we're trying to get to that's leading north is blocked. Yeah, so I'm panicking, and I'm like, oh my god, we're not going to get out of the city. Everything is terrible. We're going to be stuck here forever. So I get on the phone, and I call our family member, and I'm just like, we can't do this. How do I do this? What do I do?
You're supposed to go that way. I just told you. You
gotta go all the way over the goat?
Yeah, you gotta see how far you can get.
Oh. So yeah, so eventually we made it out, and we were good to go. And and as far as we know, Sunday everything was cool, calm, and collected. Nothing was wrong. Everything was fine and hunky-dory. We go to work Monday morning. Everything's fine and hunky-dory. And then what? 1 o'clock? 2 o'clock? The shit hit the fan. Oh my goodness. What is going on? So I don't know. So Rob, you just talk a little bit about that. Since I was in the county, you were actually in the city. You work in the city. I don't. Not anymore.
Okay. So like I said, I work at the University of Maryland, right by the stadium.
You basically work in the heart of the city.
Yeah, like that. The new casino and all that stuff is like just
downtown, the harbor.
Yeah, that's
all of that is at your disposal.
Within walking distance.
Yep.
I guess the furthest thing away is like the like the Hippodrome is right there. I didn't realize the Hippodrome was on the other side of the garage. That's like center stage. It's like the where to get a good idea for the people who are listening, where Rob works, City Hall is about
uh,
Just make sure
on a normal day, on a normal Baltimore day, City Hall is like an 8-minute drive away. Walking distance, it's probably a good hour.
Oh, it's like
half an hour.
20 minutes. Cause you'd have to
That's
go
a
down,
long ass walk.
Yeah, it's a long walk, but it's not that far. It's like 6
It ain't no 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
No.
What do you have to do? You gotta walk down.
If you go all the way down Pratt Street,
and then up Gay, and
it takes
right
me
there.
8 minutes. It takes me 8 minutes to walk from Inner Harbor to Camden.
Inner Harbor to Camden.
Inner Harbor to Inner Harbor to Convention Center takes me 8 minutes. I did it every day. I did it every day. Took me 8 minutes.
We went to the circus. And we
it takes me 8 minutes. It took us 12 minutes to walk from Inner Harbor to the circus.
And the circus is further away than
the
convention center is, because we walked to
the convention center light rail station, Rob, which is at the top of the street.
Okay.
Past convention actual center.
It
takes me 8 minutes to walk from Inner Harbor to convention. You know what? Next month, you walk from your job to City Hall and tell me that it takes 20 minutes. I want to see how long it takes you.
Alright, I will.
And we will reassess this.
Alright.
Because it's not going to take you 20 minutes. It's going to take you at least 30 to 40.
I don't think so. But okay.
Okay, well, you going to run it?
Well, briskly walk it like I briskly walk everywhere. Yep.
So anyways.
Yeah, so, what was I talking about?
The day. Monday. At work.
Oh, yeah. Sunday was fine. Monday comes around. We were at the baseball game. We didn't really know what was going on anyway. We didn't watch the news when we got back home. Because we got back late.
We got back.
Shout out
we got
to the
back
babysitter.
Like midnight. Yeah, shout out to the babysitter. We got back at like midnight. Actually, but you took the babysitter home and came back. It was midnight. So I think we got in probably about a really actual was like 11:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you settled in, it was like 12.
Right. We were like.
Babysitter was awesome. I was like worried. I was like, "You okay? Everything okay? Did it go well? Was it too late? Were we out too long?" Because I'm like paranoid. Because this is the babysitter. This is the first like
This is the trial run.
This is the trial run.
Right, we need this babysitter to work out.
Right, we need her to work out, and so I was like making sure she was straight. I gave her money, to order pizza or order food. I gave her my house keys in case she wanted to go for a walk. Like I was hooking her up with all kinds of stuff because I wanted to make sure that nothing got ruined, because if this gets ruined, we have no other babysitter really. I mean, we do, but you can pay a teenager to babysit and it's